Mountain Duo. They'll figure out which dudes are overrated and rave about the flavors that they love. With a ranking scale that's way too complicated. It's Mountain Dew they're connoisseurs of. They'll compare different flavors of Mountain Dew. Make OGs and newbies go toe to toe. They'll tell stories about their crew and share the scores with you. They're Bob and Phil, and they are the Mountain Duo.
I'm Bob, he's Phil. We're the Mountain Duo. You say it.
I'm Phil, he's Bob, we're the Mountain Duo.
I like that. Okay. One of those will work, right?
Yeah. Maybe we should tell them how we know each other.
It's a good idea. All right, so in 96.
1996.
Is there any other 96?
Someday there will be.
Someday there will be. In 1996, I was 16 years old. We moved to Denver from Kansas City, Missouri. And where did we meet?
I'll tell the story.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
I know we went to Space Jam.
It was
after a basketball game. But where did we meet?
Right. So I remember basketball tryouts. There was this tall, goofy kid. And
who was that?
That was it.
Oh, it was you. Okay, no, I didn't see him.
and I saw him and I was like, who is this tall, goofy guy who's all uncoordinated? And then
what?
And then you got the basketball, and then it was like, whoa, that guy's kind of good. And then all the coaches were noticing that guy was good too. So then, but I didn't know who he was. And then there was like a basketball game. We got put on different teams. We didn't really know each other. It was a basketball game, and my parents made friends with your parents in the stands.
That's okay. That's how the connection was.
And I remember the game got over, and Space Jam had just come out.
No. It had been out for a while because we went to the Dollar Theater.
It's true. But I hadn't seen it
and
yet.
I'm pretty sure a mouse ran over my foot during that movie.
It was new, and I had not seen it yet, and I really wanted to see it.
Right.
So my parents came up to me after the basketball game, and they said, hey, do you want to go see Space Jam tonight? And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. They're like, all right, you're taking this guy.
All right, he's going with you.
Oh, man.
So, hold on. So we didn't... I mean, it's a long time ago. We're old now. But we didn't... I played soccer that fall. You played football.
And I didn't really know who you were until basketball tryouts.
Yeah. I'm thinking... So what did I do during the fall? I guess I hung out with the soccer players.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. I did hang out with the soccer players.
Yep. And then we got set up on a
blind
date by my parents, your parents, and my parents.
That's right.
We're scheming. They're like, hey, they should be friends.
Right.
And then we went and saw Space Jam at the Dollar Theater with the mice.
With your sister, twin sister.
Yeah.
Who I got home, I was like, oh man, that was fun. He's like, well, who all went? I was like, oh, Phil and Phil's sister. He's like, oh, well, what's her name? I said,
What did you think her name was?
I'm crying.
What?
Jesus. I said, I don't know, Philomena. I guess. Philomena. I said, I don't know, Philomena. I guess they're twins, so it's got to be something like that. Oh, that's so funny, man. That was, oh, jeez.
Oh,
yeah. So that was your sister's name for a while. Philomena.
Her real name is not Philomena.
No.
Her real name is Becky. Hi, Becky. Yeah, so that's how we met.
I'm crying, dude. That's funny. I don't care who you...
We might be a little slap happy because it's late.
And we haven't seen each other in 5 years.
Long time.
When's the last time we saw each other?
It was your first game coaching.
No.
No?
You were at the ranch.
That's right. I was at the ranch in 2019.
Man, that seems way long ago.
Yeah.
2019?
Yep.
I guess when you have COVID, it was the time. Like
It was,
feels like
it was exactly a year before COVID, because COVID was March 2020 and we were at the ranch in March 2019. We were there for spring break 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it feels like way longer than COVID was ago.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Wow. Y'all came down for spring break.
We did.
Went to Waco. Or you never made it up there? Or did you? You were going to go see the HGTV people. Whatever they are.
Chip and something, I don't know. Whatever their place is called in Waco, the big ranch store thingy. I never made it.
And Dr. Pepper.
And Dr. Pepper.
But you never went.
We never went. We went to the ranch instead.
Yeah. Were you in Austin? Because I just met you at the ranch.
Yeah, we were in Austin. We hung out with your brother a little bit, and
Yeah.
then we went to San Antonio for a few days, and then we all met back up at the ranch.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah,
Good times. Long time ago.
yeah,
But it was only 3 years.
but only 3 years.
Crazy. Okay, so back to, we met. We went on a date.
Yep. Then
Saw a good movie.
Saw a good movie.
I don't know that I'd seen it before that either, though, to tell you the truth.
I don't think either of us had. We were excited.
Yeah. The original, Michael Jordan.
The Michael Jordan Space Jam.
Space
Correct.
Jam, not the LeBron James that my kids know as Space Jam.
My kids have still not seen that one.
Dang.
They like the Michael Jordan one, though.
I don't know that my kids watched it because they saw that one. It came out on HBO Max. And I came home, they were watching it, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this yet. And that was it. All right, so then went to high school 3 years together, sophomore, junior, senior year,
Yep.
and freshman year of college.
Freshman year of college.
Had some shenanigans. We'll get into those later. But then I went to Otero, and you stayed at UNC. I went to Alaska.
Northern Colorado.
Not
North
UNC,
Carolina. Even though
Sure.
this might be confusing that I'm wearing North Carolina hoodie here, but it's
Yeah, well-
Northern Colorado, University of Northern Colorado.
Yeah, the thing about that is when I moved from Kansas City to Colorado, like basically your high school, a third of you people went to Colorado State.
Yep.
A third of them went to. Is that going out? Like, is the power dying on the computer?
Well, it's plugged in. Should be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. A third went to CU in Boulder, and then a third went to UNC. Well, coming from Missouri, I was like, UNC. I was like, why are so many people going to North Carolina? Like, that's amazing that like all these people somehow are choosing to go. And then I find out a year later that that's University of Northern Colorado, not North Carolina. Well, then it wasn't as exciting, but that's where we both ended up going.
And then you went there for a year.
Yeah, so tried it out. And then went to Alaska. You've been in Colorado.
Whole time. Started in Colorado.
And
Still in
stayed there.
Colorado. Mile and a half from where I grew up.
And I grew up everywhere and moved a bunch. And finished college in Alaska, went back to Otero, worked for a year, and then moved to Louisiana 2 weeks before Katrina. And then so we saw each other because we worked at Sam's Club together that summer. Mm-hmm. You worked in the pharmacy and I was in the cart boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then went to Louisiana. And so then that was in 2005. And I don't know, we hadn't seen each other but a handful of times since then.
Louisiana was hard to get to from Colorado.
Yeah.
There weren't any direct flights to fly to you.
No, Natchitoches City I was in had an airport across the lake from the school there, but no, you couldn't fly any actual jets in there. I guess maybe a private jet, but whatever. And then so I went back once or twice, I think, from that point to Colorado. I was there for the Final Four, women's Final Four, 2013. Mm-hmm. And then I went back for a football game at Air Force. That might be it.
That might be it.
And then then you came to our first game.
Oh, you probably went back for my wedding. Were you already in?
What year was that?
2006.
Oh, then yeah, I did come for your wedding. And Likers. When was Liker?
I don't know. It was after me?
I don't know. No.
I don't know.
Was he first?
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember we got lost after the ceremony on the way to the reception.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, we ain't going to make it.
Well, we didn't get lost. We knew where we were going. We just got distracted, is what it was. And then we just drove right on past
That's
it.
right. And if you
a half hour later, we're like, oh, wait, where are we going?
If you watched any more episodes of this, you might realize that the two of us together can get distracted rather easily.
Yes.
Yeah, so then, I guess maybe four trips then. I came. No, yeah. I did come back. It was because our basketball team was in Hawaii, and we listened to the game in my parents on the computer.
Okay.
We didn't even watch it. All we could hear was the radio broadcast on the website. So we just sat in there, and that was the game. Iowa State missed a free throw, and they counted it on the scores table. And when they announced the score, like the next time they announced, I said, "Man, we missed something. Like somehow we're off on what the score should be." Come to find out, they messed it up the scores table, and the bench at Northwestern State tried to deal, and the referees basically told them that the game had already moved on, and we can't go back and fix it. Which later on we found out you could fix it up until the final buzzer. And they even on the TV broadcast went back and said, oh, here's what the bench was all screaming and yelling about right here. It hits the front of the rim and goes straight down on the front side of it, and they put a point on. And that's what they were all complaining about. Rightfully so. See, distracted. We're supposed to be doing a show on Mountain Dew. The Mountain Duo.
So, anyway, while we've been living in different states, we still talk to each other all the time. And we realized a lot of the times that we talk, we start talking about Mountain Dew because we both love Mountain Dew. And we've had a lot of really good conversations that we really enjoy, and we thought maybe other people would enjoy it too. So that's where we came up with the idea for the Mountain Duo. We're going to drink some Mountain Dew. We'll let you know what we think. We're going to try lots of different flavors because there's lots of different flavors. And we'll just go from there and see how it goes.
Yeah, drink some Dew, tell some stories. And hopefully the idea was, since we're states apart and we don't ever get to see each other, Zoom evidently was invented 20 years ago, but I'd never heard of it until COVID came out and people were doing Zoom classes and Zoom meetings and Zoom everything. That we were like, well, let's start a podcast, then we can at least do a Zoom where we see each other and we can drink them out and do together, even though we're
states apart.
6 states apart, and just kind of have some fun with that. So the first episode, we are together. He flew down today to Texas, and we're going to enjoy the original Mountain Dew.
All right.
Let's crack it open.
Yeah, can't wait.
Just sounds so good.
It's nice and cold.
Oh, it does smell.
Such a good smell.
Yeah. I feel like you just killed half the can.
I don't sip.
It's the problem with the can is there's not enough fluid ounces in a can. It is probably, the can is probably my favorite way to drink Mountain Dew out of a can, although it's never enough. So you end up drinking two, which maybe is probably too much for my belly, but not for my heart.
Agreed.
So, okay. Mountain Dew, original. Do you remember your first Mountain Dew?
Nope. Do you?
I don't, maybe not necessarily my very first one, but I remember being up in Wisconsin at my cousin's house. And before that, it was Coke. It was my favorite drink. And then I had Dr. Pepper. And I was like, oh, Dr. Pepper's different. I was like, this is better than Coke. This is, Dr. Pepper is it. Then I was up at my cousin's house. Went up there to work at the greenhouse for a couple of weeks. And they had Mountain Dew. And I had one there, a bunch of them probably. And then I was like, that is what, and I was probably 12, 13 years old maybe.
Okay.
So a little bit older. But we really didn't get to drink a lot of sodas growing up, actually.
Yeah, I don't really remember a lot of Mountain Dew growing up. I think if I think back to like drinking soda, it wasn't really at my house. It was at my grandma's house. She had a fridge in the garage. And she always had RC Cola and Coke and Dr. Pepper and Squirt, like root beers.
Squirt is grapefruit flavor, which I like grapefruit.
I don't like grapefruit. I don't know if I like Squirt. I haven't had it in a long time.
I do.
So yeah, I don't really remember drinking Mountain Dew. I do. I didn't really drink soda in high school either.
You drank Gatorade.
I did drink Gatorade.
Orange Gatorade.
Yeah.
The best.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't really drink soda in high school, like at all. And then even when we were in college together that freshman year, I didn't drink it that year either. Then after that, I decided I was not an athlete anymore. At least competitively, and I said I'm going to start drinking some soda, and then Mountain Dew was the one I went to and stuck with it.
Yeah, I didn't drink Mountain Dew during the season, but when the season was over, in college I always had a 12-pack at the end of the season go into the fridge, so ice cold. And the thing, when some of y'all may have not drank carbonated drinks for a while, like it really burns.
It's hard to swallow.
Yeah,
you have that first one.
Oh my gosh!
After a long time of not having it, you have that first one, and it's
what causes that? The carbonation, obviously, but why is it a burning sensation? Like it's really hard to drink.
I don't know.
But then the second one a little bit better. The third one, slamming them. But that's interesting. All right, so we are going to do. This is trial and error.
You can't see that, but we came up with some criteria to what we might talk about the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some different perspectives on some things.
The categories that we have is appearance of the drink. So this is probably where we should probably show you what it looks like. We can show you the can right now, which is another category. So we need to pour this out and show y'all. We're going to have to edit us pouring a Mountain Dew in right here.
Good job.
And we're back. All right, so appearance of the drink.
Another category we have is the taste and smell. So how does it smell? How does it taste? Is it consistent? Does it smell like it should taste?
Yeah.
Does it
taste like it smells?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mouthfeel. is the next. That's the sensation of the dew in your mouth, including the tongue, the roof of your mouth. And what is the aftertaste, if any?
Yeah.
Is it smooth?
Next, this one is one of my favorites because I'm a graphic designer. So the packaging and design. That's the design of the can. That's the design of the package, the 12-pack, the bottle, everything that goes into it.
Right, which is really in the last handful of years with the Mountain Dew brand.
The design game has really taken some steps.
Stepped up, so that's a good one to have on there.
You can tell it's important to Mountain Dew as the brand. They put a lot of time and effort into that design.
Right. The next category is the name.
There are some crazy names of flavors. So we're going to evaluate if the name is correct. Right? Some of them might need a different name to describe what they taste like. Some of them might have one
like
name.
the Voodoo. I don't know. Maybe it's a good name for it. Maybe it isn't.
Maybe.
But we got the new one, and you'll see that very soon.
Yeah.
And then the last one, is it my turn? Your turn.
Go for it.
Dewness. How dewy is it? And really, this is where we get to kind of decide, can you taste the dew?
This is the standard for dewiness, is this right here.
Right. Or do the added flavors kind of distract you from actually tasting the dew, the Mountain Dew itself?
Yeah. Did they make a crazy flavored drink and they said, well, let's just put a Mountain Dew logo on there and we'll call it Mountain Dew something.
Right.
So
that's what we are, and that's what we're going to do. We get to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 being the best for each of these 6 categories, a total of 36 points. And hey, look, if there's another topic that we need to put onto this list, comment in the comment section below. Like, hey, why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you talking about that? Because we've had a lot of conversations. This is kind of our starter deal. This is where we are, but we're not afraid to change and try something different and add some stuff. Maybe take something off of it if it's like the name. Come on, it's a name. But yeah, please comment. If there's a flavor you want to see on the upcoming episode, put it down there. It's your favorite. We'll get to it. Unless it's discontinued.
If it's discontinued and you want to send us some, comment. We'll reach out to you and let you know where to send it.
Yeah. You can bring them and you can be on an episode.
Guest
you can sit where this Mountain Dew can is, right between us. Actually, we're doing it on Zoom most of the time. So.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to three-way.
We'll bring you in 3 ways. Yeah, that's an easy deal.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so appearance. So go ahead. You can start the rating process and tell everyone what we did.
I think when we edit in the pouring of this into a cup and you see what it looks like.
Whoa. I don't know if I have any glass. Oh, yeah.
We both have rated the appearance of this as a 6, right? 6 out of 6. And basically the reason for that is no other color would work for this, right? If you poured this into a cup and it was purple, white, orange, clear, whatever, it wouldn't taste the same, right? And we talked about how sometimes the taste can be exactly the same, but your mind will tell you differently. And an example that Bob brought up was when they had that green ketchup years back, and I'm sure it tasted just like normal ketchup, but
I don't know.
The green.
I couldn't. I went to Burger King. I was like, I'm going to try this green ketchup. I squeezed it out of the package, and I couldn't dip my fry in it. I was like, and everyone was like, it tastes exactly the same. But like looking at it, I couldn't do it.
Right. So sometimes your brain will affect.
I need to clean my glasses.
Sometimes your brain will affect the way things taste by the way they look. That's why appearance is one of the categories. So let's see this pour. Look at those bubbles.
Ooh, all right. Folks at home. That looks like good Mountain Dew.
It does. What's your elevation here? Do you know?
Do you think it tastes different in the mountains?
I think the bubbles are different.
Oh, what about nitro? Are they going to come out? I've had Pepsi Nitro. Have you had it?
I have not.
With the nitrogen instead of whatever these bubbles are?
Yeah, I have not. These are carbon dioxide. Right?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Is that what you breathe out?
Carbonated water.
Yeah. So what is that?
Carbon.
Carbon. Oh, it's charcoal in our Mountain Dew. No wonder.
I don't know.
Let's see here. Elevation.
So I have an uncle in California. He came to Colorado. He opened up a can of Coke, poured it in his glass, and it bubbled up and went over the glass and all over the table. And man, what did I do wrong? He cleaned it up, and the next day he opened up the can of Coke, he poured it in his glass, it bubbled up and went all over the table.
Really?
He says, "Why is this so bubbly?" And I said, "Maybe just because we're at higher elevation in Colorado." He said, "Maybe." So then when I was visiting him one time, I opened up a can of Coke, poured it in a glass, it bubbled a little bit like yours did, and then the bubbles went away. And I was like, interesting.
Well, we are at 712 feet
Okay.
here in Burleson, Texas, which is Fort Worth. But
And I think where I live is about 6,000 feet.
so it's a slight difference.
Slight difference.
Further than I
affect
want to
the bubbles.
walk, I'll tell you that much.
We already got kicked off.
How did we get kicked off of our own podcast?
I guess 28 minutes is too long for a podcast. Like, Mac is like, "Hey, can you cut this down to about 6 minutes?"
Can you can you
I'm sleeping again.
why are you not sleeping? All right, let's do a podcast. So hold on here. This is I guess we can stop this, huh?
Okay.
Or should we?
Yeah.
All right. We are back.
We're back.
We're back from our hour-long break because the computer
Ran out of room.
ran out of hard drive space, and then we couldn't figure out how to do anything else with it. So
So we're back.
we're back.
And we're going to be
Now doing it in segments so we can try to save it
taking some breaks.
to a hard drive as we go through here. So we were talking about appearance. Well, I was pouring it into the glass, and well, we drank it during the break. So we can go back and loop it back in here, edit magic. And what you got going there?
Just a little
timer.
stopwatch so we
So we know.
know.
5 minutes. Just
Yes.
shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Appearance. It's green. We talked about the ketchup. Green ketchup. Couldn't do it. You know, and it's probably more so just what you're used to. I mean, if it was
Right.
originally red or orange or brown like Coke, that might be what it is.
Right.
But I think the color matches with the can, and I think it goes with the whole flow. And I think you already said it, but we gave it both a 6.
Both a 6 for appearance. Yes.
Taste and smell. How does it taste? It tastes amazing. I don't know that I would ever do a top 3 or top 5 Mountain Dews of my time that doesn't have the original, this Mountain Dew on it. And most likely, most of the time, if not all the time, it's probably my number 1.
And it's probably always in my top 3 as well. Sometimes it's my number 1. Sometimes it may not. Sometimes it takes a back seat to something, but it's always in that top 3 so far.
Yeah, I think the taste, I will tell you this. The taste is amazing. I love it. But for some reason lately, if I'm eating spicy food, and your tongue's spicy, I don't like Mountain Dew.
Interesting.
I said, don't, let me take that back. I love Mountain Dew. But it changes I don't know, the taste, and it like enhances the burn almost.
Right.
And so it's not something that I would like to drink. I do. I keep drinking it. It's my favorite drink. But I probably would prefer something else to drink with a spicy hot sauce, salsa or whatever. I'd prefer something else, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird. So I rated it a 6 for taste and smell.
I'm opening this new one because I finished off the first one I had, and it's 2:47 in the morning. So why not have some more Mountain Dew?
Boom!
So before I rate the taste and smell, I'll do one more time. I also rated it a 6.
What does it smell like?
Mountain Dew.
Right, but is there something else? Is there something there? It smells like aluminum. Weird. Aluminium.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Is there a citrus smell to it? Have you ever had Mountain Dew lip balm?
No.
Yeah, it tastes
Maybe.
like Sprite, lemon lime. It's just a lemon lime deal.
Okay.
But I've had all kinds of, like in a can like this, in a 20-ounce small bottle. I mean, just like a chapstick size, but it looks like a 20-ounce bottle, and it doesn't taste like Mountain Dew.
Right.
Unfortunately.
I feel like sometimes Mountain Dew gets lumped in with some of those other citrusy drinks.
Yeah.
But it's completely different than those others. Better. Much better.
Way better. Mouth feel. Physical sensation of dew in your mouth, including what your tongue, roof says, and what is the aftertaste? I don't know. To me, it's smooth. Mm-hmm. I do hear a lot of people, I don't know if it's taste or the feel, but probably a little bit of both, say that they don't like Mountain Dew because it's too sweet. And I do think that I do have a flavor or two, maybe, that is a little too sweet, maybe a little too strong for me.
Yes.
But not this one. Not this one. This one is...
Some of those stronger flavors may leave an aftertaste, or maybe
Yes.
they're so sweet that you kind of have to cleanse your palate with one of these.
That's right. Chase it.
Yeah.
So I did for my mouth feel. I rated it a 6.
I also rated it a 6.
So I've got 3 6s so far.
Me too.
That's half of our categories.
That's half.
And we are going to take a small break. We'll be right back. And with editing magic, here we are. We're back. And it saved where we wanted it to. And we just got to take breaks because our hard drive space on this computer that we're using is a little bit lacking right now. We're going to have to do something. All right, where were we? Mouthfeel. I gave it a 6. I got 3 6s, 18 out of 36 so far with 3 more categories to go.
3 more categories. The next category is the packaging and design.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty good design on there. Some kind of geometric peaks. A little bit abstract. A little bit mountainy. Some sharp points on there. I think it's pretty good. I definitely think that some of the other flavors have some more intricate designs, but sometimes with just the classic original flavor, just leave it classic. We did talk about how it might be the only one that we can think of that doesn't have a mascot now that the new designs have all rolled out. So maybe there should be some type of character on the can somewhere. Maybe even a cartoon version of the old miner guy, but more in like the style of all the other flavors.
An updated, cartoony deal. Through a little bit of just quick research, we've found that there basically have been 10 can designs. 4 Mountain Dew. This is the one that's been here for the last 3 years or so. But one thing that has changed is it used to read Mountain spelled all the way out and not MTN. So that is something that has changed more recently, really in the last 7 years or so. So it used to always read Mountain Dew, a little bit different can designs, more classic, more 80s and early 90s looking thing. And then in the 2000s, they went to like a more futuristic, almost space looking circle, like typhoon swirl around it and hurricane, whatever. And then now they've kind of settled to this one the last 3 years, maybe, I think. I gave it a 6, but now kind of talking through it, I kind of like some of those older models of the Mountain Dew can a little bit better. Maybe I need to downgrade it on the packaging design. And, like you said, it doesn't have, they don't have a character.
Right. I also originally gave it a 6, but I kind of was thinking the same thing. When I started talking through it, I actually do prefer when it says when Mountain is spelled out, as opposed to the MTN, and I do miss the character. So maybe I
don't know. I'm gonna keep it as a 6, and maybe down the road we'll come back and revisit this one and say, like, you know what,
I don't find a fault in this design.
Yeah.
I just know that there's other things that I might like better. It's not like anything's wrong with this one. There just might be ways where it could be improved.
That's right. Yeah, I like it. That's good. It's a good way to go. All right, the next one is the name. And
this one doesn't have a special name. It's just Mountain Dew.
It's the original. It's the OG. It's Mountain Dew. I guess we could fault it maybe for the MTN as opposed to Mountain. Maybe that's the name change, but it's Mountain Dew. It's a 6.
It's a 6.
Number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And then the last one.
The last category is Dewness.
Dewness.
And this is the standard for Dewness, so it has to be a 6.
6 here. So mine is a 36 out of 36. If you didn't guess that probably before you watch this video, then probably weren't thinking real hard, because if we got a Mountain Dew podcast or video, whatever this is, about Mountain Dew, then you're probably going to rate this pretty high. And for the most part, I would say that most of them are going to have good scores from me, because I do like a lot of them. There's one that used to be an exclusive to Taco Bell that for years I have declared it a disgrace to the label. But we'll talk about that when we get around to that episode of Baja Blast. But yeah, that's been kind of my one that probably would get the lowest grade, thinking about them. But they all have decent grades, but we're not going to all just do 36s, okay? This is my favorite drink of all time, best made. I was going to give it the best score that it can get. I'm selfish.
Do we want
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
We're at 5 minutes again, 6. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we'll try to wrap this up, give you another story, or maybe I'll cry again. I don't know.
Discuss this just a little bit more, maybe.
Yes. Finish another can or two, and then we'll shut it down for the night. All right, folks, we're back for hopefully the last segment, because you guys, if you've stuck around this long, You really love Mountain Dew also. So thank you very much. Appreciate you.
And also, it's 3:03 a.m. while we're recording this, so we probably should get to bed. 3:03, Denver.
Hey, shout out.
Hey.
How do we
right.
close it out?
So some of the things we wanted to talk about a little bit more. Bob mentioned how he doesn't enjoy this as much when he's eating spicy foods.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, maybe we talk about what foods we do enjoy eating with the original Mountain Dew flavor.
Everything.
I think so. I don't know how many of you enjoy Mountain Dew with your breakfast.
I used to.
I do. And I refer to it as the morning dew.
That's right.
And
Now you're talking this,
I'm talking this.
not the
Usually.
energy or the morning, whatever those
Right.
Mountain Dew. I've never had any of those actually.
Me either. I'm talking about the dew that I drink in the morning. So this one goes well with breakfast foods.
Yeah, I used to, back when Star Wars came out in '99, Episode 1,
Okay.
Taco Bell, KFC,
Pizza Hut.
had big cups with toppers that were the characters for Episode 1. Mm-hmm. And we've collected them all. I've got them in a box somewhere in storage still.
Me too. In my parents' basement. I think.
And I used to use those cups, and I got to where it was either a can of Mountain Dew and then top it off with orange juice. Very good. Mm-hmm. Or it was a can of this and a can of Code Red.
Same time.
Poured in at the same time.
Interesting.
And that could be a breakfast drink.
A little morning dew.
A morning dew. Yeah. That's a good name. Morning Dew. Brilliant.
I've also found that when you're camping and you wake up in the morning and it's still that cold, crisp air outside, and you reach into the cooler and you grab one of these that's sitting in that ice water and it's super cold. Mm-hmm. That's such a refreshing thing to do first thing in the morning camping. That's like the time when this original Mountain Dew is the most refreshing. Is that
no.
first in the morning?
It's
when you're
2022. That's when it slaps. That Mountain Dew slaps in the morning while you're camping.
Slaps.
So I mentioned that this is my favorite way to drink it.
In a can.
In a can.
Okay.
I don't know. So if I'm going to choose, probably the fountain is my least favorite way.
Okay.
Because I feel like the taste varies by location. I think the mixture of carbonation and syrup
Right.
changes a little bit different by machine. I also sometimes with the new machines, maybe if it's an old machine, they've been running a lot of stuff, they haven't changed their lines out in a while, it starts tasting a little bit different, maybe a little bit fruity. And now they have these machines where you push one button and you can get like 8 different flavors out of it. You always get a splash of orange or strawberry that
Right.
And when I'm getting this, I mean, Mountain Dew makes flavors. If I want a flavor, I'm going to get that flavored Mountain Dew. When I want the original, I just want the original. I don't want a splash of orange in there a lot of the time. So that would probably be my least favorite way to drink it, with plastic bottle. You don't find a whole lot of them in glass bottles. So that puts 20 ounce or 16.9 ounce or whatever, 2 liter plastic bottle, probably in the middle.
And I actually agree with you for this flavor. There will be other flavors where it's different, where I prefer the bottle, but for the original, I like it better out of the can.
Yeah.
And then the bottle second. Fountain
last. And sometimes you like a fountain because you get 44 ounces. You can put a lot of ice in there.
Or sometimes you're at a restaurant and you're just excited that they have Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew. Get in more places.
Get in more places.
What are you doing? Get in more restaurants. Come on. I mean, it's the best drink ever made. You should be. I mean, just think Raising Cane's with a Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. That would be
I
pretty
mean,
good.
yeah, right. It's fried chicken. Is there a fried chicken place? KFC has it.
There you go.
So it goes.
Yeah,
It pairs.
it does.
What other foods do you like with Mountain? Not spicy for me, but I don't know. And that's more recent. Maybe that's post COVID.
Maybe.
Maybe that's a post COVID taste for me. That spicy and the Mountain Dew just isn't.
I do know that right after COVID, during COVID, and right after COVID, after having it, some of the flavors did change a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Just the way that they tasted was different. I didn't have as much flavor, or it had a different flavor, which was interesting. Maybe some of you guys experienced that too.
Yeah. What do you feel? Did your taste change, or chased? We can combine. See, when you know us, we like to just take a part of this word and a part of that word, and we just put it together, and we can talk a lot faster. We don't say all of
or a lot more.
Or yeah, whatever. Whatever. Hey, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna finish it out when we come back.
But
Hopefully.
But while we're taking this break, go ahead and share in the comments what's your favorite food with the original Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Amazing.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll be right back. And the video.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks, we are back from another short but sweet commercial break.
We are either going to wrap this up, or we might make it into a full-length movie.
Yeah, there's a chance that this could be, if we were on the Senate floor, deemed a filibuster. We could just go.
We might be able to make a transcript of this. Some senators can just get up there, the representatives, and get out and read it.
New goal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. We just talked about foods that you pair it with. Taco Bell is amazing. Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I like it with anything, and I do like it, the original flavor, year-round. I keep it stocked. You can buy it anywhere, any convenience store.
Anytime. It's not like it's not available at any time.
Right. Yeah. Even during COVID, they still had the original.
During the lockdowns, you could find the original.
Yeah. Code Red
much anywhere.
went missing
Yes.
during that.
In Colorado, longer in Colorado. We were without Code Red in Colorado for a very long time.
Yeah. It's in, if it's a restaurant that is PepsiCo owned or co-sponsored, or however that works, it's in their fountain drinks, and 2 liters or 20 ounce, depending on where you are. Sometimes you're at an airport and they're selling you a 20 ounce bottle for $1.
All right.
But yeah, it's pretty much found everywhere. I buy the 36 pack at my favorite store, Sam's Club, and keep a 36 pack.
Speaking of Sam's Club,
In stock.
short story. I'll try to keep it short.
No,
It's actually
okay.
about shorts. That's why it's a short story. So
That's not a length of time.
that'll make sense in a second when I get to the story. So how did it come up? I was talking about shorts or something. We were on the phone talking, and somehow I mentioned that I had some shorts that I really liked. That were from Sam's Club, and I'm describing the shorts, and then Bob kind of takes over describing the shorts. Oh, okay, they got this kind of pocket on the side, and the belt loops are a little bit weird, and then I'm like, yeah, and he's like, it's funny that we wear the same shorts without
Yes.
being around each other for so long, and then we still were wearing the exact same shorts as each other. So
Yeah.
that's why it's a short story, and they were from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
And they were great.
Sam's Club does have an exclusive.
Exclusive flavor, yes.
A flavor that's exclusive only in their fountain. I've not ever seen a bottle or can.
Correct.
But that'll be coming up.
So, on a future video. And I have some very strong opinions about the Berry Monsoon.
See, so the issue that we have, let's talk about it more later, but both of us picked Fountain as our least favorite way to enjoy it, and that's the only way you can have that one. So its grades might be a little bit diminished.
It might be.
Diminished, is it? I don't know if that's... I was trying to sound smart. But, yeah, it might not be as good when we get to that deal. There is no, like we said, specific location. Pretty much although, moved to Louisiana, there are some gas stations that were only Coke. You couldn't buy Mountain Dew in them. And then maybe that's a southern thing because everything's Coke.
Maybe.
You go to the grocery store in Louisiana and a little bit here in Texas, but not maybe as bad. But you would have like a whole aisle of Coke products. And then the other side, like
just
a third of it or a quarter of a row would be the Pepsi products. Which I think this should be a whole row in itself, but just have every flavor. And hey, if you have some pictures, I don't know if you can't comment on YouTube with some pictures. I don't know how you're going to have to send them to us. Social media. We're going to have to start that.
If you find we will start a social media page.
Yeah, and then we'll
profiles,
be able to share our pictures that we've taken. And I mean, you found one that was like Mountain Dew Castle.
It was I forget what I was looking for. It was,
I don't know,
Spark or some. I don't know. There was something that I was looking for. I kept going to the section in the store where all the other drinks were, and it wasn't there. And then I gave up. I was walking out, and there was like this giant castle made out of 12 packs. It was awesome. But yeah, share your photos, creative store displays.
Yeah, give us some input.
Anything cool you see.
What you see, what you like, what you don't like, what we can do to make this better. Be able to reach out to us on those deals. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more of these. You don't want to miss, definitely don't want to watch the sequel to this. And we might even do this like Star Wars. We might come back and do prequel sections after we finish what we think is all the... That's a good idea. We come back and we do the morning drinks prequel. Can you drink a Mountain Dew in bed?
In bed?
Yeah, like on the nightstand.
Yeah, sure.
Keep you up?
Nope.
Me neither.
I'm
immune to the...
We have kind of been discussing this, that sleeping is one of my best skills. And I think Bob's pretty skilled at sleeping too.
Yeah.
So this is the second one I've had since 2 a.m.
2:30.
2:30. It's now 3:20, and within 30 seconds of my head hitting the pillow, I'll be asleep.
There was something else I was going to say. Oh, sunflower seeds and a Mountain Dew on a road trip. And the good thing about it is, like we said, you find it just about everywhere. Every gas station you pull over, you can find Mountain Dew. And, because sometimes you're in a... I'm not going to, there's times when I really want a Code Red. And you just can't find one anywhere. Like, you're like, there's no Code Red anymore. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out, listening to some stories.
Thanks for spending some time with us. Thanks for listening to our thoughts about Mountain Dew. Go ahead and share yours in the comments. And keep your fridges stocked.
It's always due time. Peace, Phil. I'm Bob.
We're the Mountain Duo.
Peace.
See ya.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Bam. Woo. Slam it.